Hello, I'm Jenny Fern and welcome to my library. I am a chaotic neutral mechanical engineer who's really into permaculture and wants to talk about books. Today I am doing a creative project video. This year I'm doing one extra video every month where I talk about a creative project that I've worked on throughout the course of that month. Throughout this month I have written 11 chapters of a fan fiction that is a Jinmao Hyrule crossover. That's kind of crazy. I have never written fan fiction before in my life, and this was a really exposing, vulnerable, and emotionally fraught thing for me to do. But it was so worthwhile and so important for me. So now that I feel thoroughly uncomfortable, I'm gonna skedaddle and let past me take it away. I am brain broken, obsessed with Apothecary Diaries. I am just so far gone, broken, more than I've been broken with like other media in recent history. I think the most comparable I can be is when I was in high school watching Doctor Who. What I'm saying is I've been obsessed before, but not recently. And it's like the only thing I can think about right now. I'm reading Chinese translated stories from these like court stories. My brain is broken. I'm in so deep, and I think this is the perfect time and place for me to explore something I have been horrified by my entire life. I have read my very first fanfiction ever already this month. In 2 days, I read a like 18 or 19 chapter fanfiction where Mao Mao saves Gyokyu from like a home intruder and she gets injured, and then like Jinshi like nurses her back to health and stuff. So I read that. Super fun. I'm obsessed, like I told you. And I have started my own fanfiction again for the very first time in my life. I have so much shame. I have so much shame around this. I have always tried to appear normal, and I've always tried to appear approachable, like I have my stuff together. I have shame, I have problems. It's my own thing. There's nothing inherently wrong with any of this. There's nothing wrong with it. But I am dealing with some stuff, we'll say. But I've started my fanfiction. I'm so excited about it, actually, genuinely. It is a Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom world with Mao Mao and Jinshi traveling through it. I'm so excited. I love Tears of the Kingdom. I still haven't finished it. I have played it a lot. I love the world so much. So I'm really happy to put these people in that world. That is my creative project. We will see me write fan fiction for the very first time and experience that together. I had so much fun last night writing this thing. It's been like painful how much I just want to rewatch the anime and like watch it in the different, like in the dub and the sub, watch both and like see how they're different. I want to read like source materials. I've been reading the light novels, and I just want to eat it up in so many different ways that it's like this, I'm just feral for it, and it like feels so aggressive. I am not diagnosed autistic, but this, I just feel it, that this has got to be autism related. Update, it's been 3 days and I've written 3 chapters, and tonight I might write the 4th. I am having such a fun time. I'm really having a blast. Mao Mao has met Kilton. I am so excited for that like little friendship. I'm not sure how much time they're gonna spend together in like the future, but I'm really happy with like being able to explore these little relationships and these worlds. They're in Terrytown. They're hanging out. I have to say, this is so helping with the intensity of feeling that I need to constantly be thinking about Apothecary Diaries. This has really helped because it's so immersive, and I can put it into something like in a concerted time where I put my effort into the thing, and then afterwards I can be like, okay, now for the love of God, please think about something else. So it has been helpful. It's kind of silly, kind of goofy. I am still exceedingly embarrassed. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that. Like, I'm really trying to make it be like a similar tone as the light novels. So it's not like I am absolutely in no way writing smut, but it still does feel like a dirty word to say that I'm writing fan fiction. It is Sunday. I wrote chapter 4 last night. This all has to do with taking the rail down to the construction for Hudson Construction. I'm setting up for something that I'm really excited for. So that's my little update. I'm here. I survived a full day of work. I'm ready to write my fanfic. I'm so tired. So unhinged, my brain, that I was just thinking of Apothecary Diaries all night when I was supposed to be just, you know, having my brain do normal brain sleep things. It was just like, Apothecary Diaries. I've been asking ChatGPT some things because I'm like scared of my own brain right now and how dead set on thinking about this and only this it is. Anyway, I'm gonna write my fanfic now and then I'll talk to you later. I gotta get out of here. Please tell me if you can relate to this, because I feel so goddamn autistic right now and I can't help it. So anyway, I'm gonna go write my fanfic now. Bye. I wrote part of chapter 7 last night. I wrote chapter 6. God, I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I have about 10,000 words at this point. And I wrote a scene where Jinshi goes to battle against a like because he wants to give the like stone to Mao Mao. There's a scene after that where he has like some wounds and needs to be taken care of. And then I am getting into a mystery where we're gonna travel to Goron City, and I am so excited for the little details of my mystery. I guess I can't spoil it for you. I guess I am planning on releasing this. This is a little embarrassing, but this whole thing has been embarrassing for me. But this particular aspect has been a little embarrassing, and it's that I've been using ChatGPT to like give me some feedback, make sure that the things make sense, that things seem like they're in character. I'm not using it for any like line edits or anything like that, just like general structural feedback. I gotta say, a lot of the edits that it proposes, I'm like, they're like so melodramatic. I would never. I've been asking it to give me basically if this was on AO3. Also, I have no idea why it's called that, because isn't it Archive of Our Own? What is the 3? I don't know. I'm so not of this world. I've been asking it to give me comments based on the chapters that I provide. Give me comments as if they were actual readers commenting. And they're so cute. They're so cute, and it has like made me more excited about eventually sharing this work. I am gonna try to get like a huge chunk of this done this month so that I can upload at some sort of regular schedule. I don't know how this works. I don't know how people do this. I'm gonna try. There's no reason not to. I feel like there might be people in this world who, like me, want to see Jinshi and Mao Mao and Gaoshin in Hyrule. I am so excited for my Goron City arc. I love Goron City. We're starting in Akala, we go to Terrytown. We spend some time in Terrytown. And then I was like, okay, for the mystery, I really wanted to start getting into some mysteries for Mau Mau to solve, even though that's not like why they're there. They're there for like diplomatic stuff, but like we got to get some mysteries in here. Either we have something going on in Zora domain. That area is not my favorite. And I looked at the route that they would have to travel, and it's like really circuitous to go from Terrytown to Zora's domain. Screw that. We're not going there, even though it kind of makes sense. We're going to Goron City because we can go to the Foothill Stable and then we can go up to Goron City. My absolute dream is to get Jinchi into Gerudo Village. That character is meant to be dressed up like a Gerudo woman and traipsing around town, just like knocking these ladies left and right, just stunned by his absolute beauty. God, he's just meant to be a Gerudo woman. That's my ultimate goal. I couldn't start there. You're in the mind of a mad woman right now. In light novel 5, they're like in a desert kind of region. They're at like Lady Gyokyu's like hometown. They're there traveling. And I was like, okay, maybe they can just go straight south and they end up in Gerudo Village. That's not what the map looks like. I was thinking basically the Rito Village, Hebra. I was really thinking that the Rito Village area was like more towards the middle and that this area here was the desert Gerudo area. But no, it's in the south. And it being in the south is such a problem for me because then they would have to go like all the way around. And like, that's so much travel. So that just didn't make any sense to me. So that's why I had them coming instead. I have it starting at just before Mau Mau gets kidnapped in light novel 4. Just before that, after her father arrives in the rear palace for Lady Gyokyu's pregnancy, then they leave for this diplomatic mission and they arrive on, I think it's North Akala Beach. And then they go to a stable and then they go down to Terrytown. As you can tell, I've actually put some significant thought into this. I'm gonna go type out my little fanfic, get into my happy place, and I will check in again later. It's Thursday. Today's Juneteenth. I have today off. Yesterday, I died at like 7. Fell asleep until 9. Was up from 9 to midnight. Woke up again at 5:30 because my animals. And then I just woke up at 11. I did write a little bit in the morning after being woken by the little shits. I have been a little concerned about myself and basically not taking care of myself, not sleeping enough, not eating dinner, that kind of thing with my fervor. We've had a reset, which is exactly what a day off is for. So I'm very happy about that. This morning I worked on just such a challenging chapter for me. It is Jinchi's confession of who he really is, which we all know if we watch the anime that the whole thing didn't even have to happen because he just showed up as who he was and somebody else said who he was and he didn't even have to explain. And then Mau Mau was like, oh, okay. And then we moved on. But in my silly little fiction, because it happens before those events, I thought he really does need to tell her anyway because Gaoshin is tired and he needs to move on with his life. That was, again, such a difficult scene to write. They're both so, like, weird about it. Like, both of them don't want to know and tell, really. It just made it very hard because they'd both rather just not. Now, I can move on with my life. It was a super short chapter. It's the shortest chapter that I've written. It was only about 900 words. I didn't want to tack on any other, like, lighthearted scenes. It's Friday. I feel like you can tell I'm not into it right now. I don't know, I'm just feeling really demotivated. I gotta write chapter 11 tonight, except I don't have to. I can start it and finish it tomorrow or do whatever. I don't have to do anything. I think I maybe need to do something else. I have written, let me go get my laptop. I've written just over 13,000 words. I'm on page 39 of this Word document. I feel like I can take a break now. I'm writing a scene where they're at the South Akala stable and they are eating some lunch, and then Mao Mao's gonna notice that this guy has some symptoms that she's investigating, this poisoning associated with Goron's spice, and oh, good lord. I have a headache. Oh, ow. Ow. I simply must lay down. It's horrible. I did want to show you my ring. I feel like I like how I'm composed. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Nice seeing you. I'm gonna have to post this video at some point. It is the 21st, and I usually post these last week of the month, so I'm gonna give myself some time to edit it and close it off today or tomorrow. So let me give you a full overview of what has been written. I have written 11 chapters, around 14,000 words. I was keeping each chapter around 1,000 words. Clearly I've gone over on some, and one chapter I was under 1,000 words because it was so hard to write. These are the chapters. Chapter 1 is titled, also I don't know about these titles, I'll tell you which ones I like and you can judge me. So chapter 1, The Apothecary, the Seasick Diplomat, and the Underclothed Man. I just want to clarify that the Underclothed Man is, in fact, Hudson. Jinshi, Mao Mao, and Gaoshen arrive on North Akala Beach and are welcomed by Pura and Hudson at East Akala Stable. Chapter 2, The Proper Place for a Hairpin. Mao Mao drops her hairpin while dressing, prompting a flirty confrontation with Jinshi before they travel to Terrytown. Chapter 3, Extract and Impulse. Mao Mao impulsively drinks monster extract given to her by Kelton and is forced to purge it under Jinshi's watch. That's probably one of my favorite chapters. I really, really, really wanted Mao Mao and Kelton to meet. Kelton is one of my favorite characters in the Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild. So I really felt like they had similar energies. Chapter 4, this is gonna sound crazy, but like, calm down. It's called Rocking the Cart. Jinshi and Mao Mao get stuck in a rail cart en route to a lakeside settlement and must rock it loose together. Chapter 5, Moonlighting. This is my favorite title, I think. Mao Mao spots Jinshi sneaking out at night while she collects glowing snails. Gaoshen catches both and follows Jinshi to the tailor. That was also a really fun chapter to write because it's from like all of their perspectives and they're all doing crazy things. They're like all spying on each other, and I really loved that one. It was very fun. Chapter 6, Trial by Firefruit. Jinshi fights a like in a lakeside cave to retrieve a like stone as a gift for Mao Mao. Cute, right? That was a fun one as well. Having like a battle scene and like very Tears of the Kingdom mechanics. Chapter 7, Powders and Poisons. Jinshi returns injured and receives treatment from Mao Mao and Pura using a like stone elixir. Chapter 8, One Bird, Two Stones. What's the bird? I don't remember that. I guess there's two stones. Maybe Mao Mao's the bird. Mao Mao visits poisoned villagers while Jinshi retrieves the remaining like stones from the cave. Chapter 9, Tremors. This I think was the most difficult chapter by far. Mao Mao experiences tremors after tasting Goron's spice. This is like the poison mystery. And Jinshi finally reveals his true identity. That was extremely difficult. Chapter 10, Fire in the Fruit. I'm starting to think I have too many fire fruit references in my chapter titles, since I have one earlier as well. But chapter 10, Gaoshin makes snail chowder from Mau Mau specimens as the group sets off towards Goron City via South Akala Stable. Chapter 11, I had a lot of fun with this chapter. It was cute. At the stable, Mau Mau treats another victim of the Goron spice illness, and the group continues toward Foothill Stable. I'm super excited for how it's going and where it's heading. How did I feel about this whole experience? Number one, how I felt was super embarrassed, like, the entire time. Hopefully that goes away over time. I just feel like there's such a stigma about writing fan fiction, even though it is, like, really, really harmless, good fun. It's, like, a very true creative expression of, like, really, really enjoying something. And I think just knowing that you have to be, like, kind of a fanatic in order to do this type of thing is what makes me so ashamed. It has really helped me. I know I mentioned it earlier on, but I was, like, having a problem. And I'm still kind of having a problem, but it is mitigated substantially by having some sort of outlet that is much more creative rather than just, like, ruminative. I'm really grateful as well. I'm embarrassed and grateful. I felt very just joyful and purely joyful, smattered with embarrassment. I'm getting distracted because there are so many dragonflies in my front yard. I just was taking a nap. I took, like, a really long nap just now. Also, I fell asleep with a dress with buttons all down the middle, this necklace, this ring, and bobby pins in my hair. I literally just got up from bed. I was asleep in all of this, totally fine. And yet, if I'm wearing, like, a particular pair of underwear with a particular pair of jeans, I, like, can't function in life. I don't understand why I can nap like this. Oh my god, when I was in high school, I used to sleep with, like, literal jeans on. And then I'd get up and go to school in the jeans that I slept in. I guess transitions are hard for autistic people, so I guess that does make some sense. And I mean, I guess maybe that makes sense for me too. But you'd think the sensory issues would be a problem. I got an earthquake notification. It was only a 4.6. Anyway, I didn't hear anything. Sometimes I feel like we are having an earthquake and it's just a semi on the freeway. Hello, and I did write another chapter yesterday, and I had a lot of fun with it. We were at some hot springs, and there is a clue for the poisoning being revealed. I am having so much fun with this mystery and, like, sprinkling this little mystery into the plot. I cannot wait to do more little mysteries and continue working on this fan fiction over time. Yesterday, I also signed up for AO3. I'm on the waiting list, and it'll take, like, 10 days for me to be invited, which I don't really know why they do it like that, but that's how they do it, so I'm waiting. And then I will indeed start posting. I'm probably gonna do a chapter every 2 weeks, just again to make sure that I give myself ample time to write more and more. I have 11 chapters now. I've been writing about a chapter every day. I definitely can't keep that up. I know myself. I will start doing something else. I will feel bad that I've set this expectation that I won't be able to uphold. I will be writing more today. But before that, I actually want to edit this video because I also know that I'm going to run out of time to do that. I think I got very emotional and, like, had a really hard time explaining myself yesterday when I was talking about how helpful and nice, pleasant this experience has been. So I want to be able to reiterate that, yes, I've definitely been struggling with lots of shame. I have been trying to let myself be more genuinely myself, not mask so much, but I still do have lots of shame around certain things that I've just limited myself on because I knew that they exposed something weird about me and I wasn't accepting of those things. So it's a slow process for me. It doesn't reflect anything about you. I totally understand that if I'm going to post a video where I'm writing fan fiction for the first time, I'm probably going to attract people who are interested in fan fiction. I just have something that I need to work through, but again, it doesn't reflect anything about you. It's all internal, baby. So just wanted to clarify that because I know, I think a lot of my phrasing and my conflict can be a little harsh to myself, but I would never be harsh to other people. I just wanted to explain that. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. This, again, is extremely vulnerable, and please be kind to me. Don't call me names. And if you do, you'll be kicked out. If you enjoyed this, please consider sharing it with a friend who you think would also enjoy it. Consider liking and subscribing, and I will be back again soon.